When the Pilgrim Fathers arrived in America, the native population had to show them how to survive in a very different type of landscape. But when the Israelites suddenly found themselves in the wilderness of Sinai, they didn't find friendly new neighbours to help them out. This explains the fact that the miracles of food and water recorded in the Bible occur mostly when they first arrived in the wilderness, or when they travelled to new locations where they didn't yet know the water sources. The timetable went like this. 3 days into the journey, bitter water was made drinkable at Marah. They stayed a few weeks at Elim, which had lots of water. They started out for Sinai, but they needed food, so manna fell. And a few days later they needed water, and a stream poured from a rock. They spent about a year at Sinai, receiving the law and building the tabernacle, and having got moving again, they complained manna was boring, so quails arrived. Right at the end of their travels, in the 40th year, they gathered at Kadesh, ready to enter Canaan, and they needed water again, so they got another stream from a rock. The written chapter deals with miracles of food, so let's concentrate on the water. It appears they only needed water on 3 occasions. At the very start of their journey, when they knew nothing about this wilderness, and when they started their major journey to Sinai across a strange country, and right at the end. Now, at the end of 40 years, we'd expect they'd know where to find water. But now they were all gathered together in a tighter encampment, ready to cross hostile territory, so perhaps they couldn't forage for water so effectively. On 2 occasions, at Meribah and later at Kadesh, water flowed from a rock that Moses had struck. It's likely that the water streamed from a rock face at the base of a large block of higher land. Higher land often has a water table that breaks out as a spring in the rock face at the edge. Perhaps Moses was at the bottom of a rock face, and by striking the exact spot, he released a previously untapped water table. So the miracle consisted of God showing Moses exactly where to hit the rock in order to release this water when it was needed on these 2 occasions. So the water was likely from normal sources, but the timing and quantity were miraculous. The water came from a rock face, which is where streams normally do break out, but Moses knew exactly where to strike the rock in order to release an untapped water table. Personally, I'm still left with an uneasy feeling that the miracles are diminished somewhat when we understand some of the mechanisms behind them. However, I realise that this is due to my failure to appreciate the way God works. In science fiction and fantasy, amazing things happen by completely alien means. But God is the one who created this world, so we shouldn't expect his acts to appear alien. We expect them to be homely but awesome. That is, they should be similar at least in some ways to actions that are normal in his creation, though done at a special time or in extraordinary quantities or amazingly quickly. And that's exactly how we see God working in the Bible. God bless.